You will do what I say when I say back to the front.
What's up, YouTube? Got another game for you today. Today I'm in my MT-25. I've got Bump My Sump tuned up with me in his Type 64, and we're on Prokhorovka. For anyone who hasn't played the MT-25, or frankly doesn't know what it is, it's a Tier 6 Russian Light. It's kind of out of the way. It comes from the KV-1S. It leads to the KV-13, which in turn only leads to other Tier 7s. It doesn't progress up into an 8 at all. So a lot of people just frankly don't use this tank, haven't seen this tank, and aren't interested in it. And it's really quite a shame. It starts off with a Tier 2 gun, which is just absolutely horrible against Tier 9. It then gets some other pretty poor guns. And then you get up here, and you get this, I believe it's a 57mm. It gets about 112 for penetration, 85 on damage. It's got a fantastic fire rate somewhere in the 20s. And it's just a great tank. Top speed of 72 kilometers per hour with the top engine. And after the recent patch, 1.10, I believe, they decreased the resistance for it on soft and moderately soft terrain. So coming through grass, swamp, it just retains speed and retains maneuverability. So it's a very dangerous tank one-on-one. I've dealt 1600 to a tortoise head up with it. Very fun. So me and Bump are just kind of doing laps around the middle here, you know, the standard light activity on this map. Just trying to keep people lit up, let artillery have a field day, let anybody that has shots have a field day. The view range on this is not magnificent. You see me take a pretty poor shot. Here I'm joking that I don't understand why I can't penetrate the lower plate of an E75 with 112mm while he's angled at such a distance, but you know, no one was really sympathetic to my cause. So we're gonna keep on cruising around here. So you know, I can't really snipe with this, because even if I am hitting people, I'm only gonna tap them for like 80 damage. It's not that great. So you got to be kind of patient with it. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll spot, I'll do a little bit of passive scouting, find a bush, hide, light some people up, and then when time comes, I'll try and break through it, either get artillery or start swarming tanks that need to be swarmed. But really, you can't take many hits because it's a light, of course. You've got a relatively low health pool at 570, it looks like. So I did experiment with a little bit. Right now I'm running binoculars, camo net, and vents, I believe, on here. I did try playing with the cyclone filter and the reduced speed governor consumable just to see if I could really ramp up the engine speed, but I found that it wasn't worth it. So right here I'm telling Bump, let's go circle this waffle. Let's go get this guy off the field. He's not really feeling it, so I go cruising over here. He's going to come provide distraction in a second. Now here's what I'm saying. You only get 85 damage, but look at this fire rate. As I power slide around the hill. Just giving him some quick hits here. He can't hit. I'm going to get tapped here one time. And we're going to fix that track instantly, because you don't want to be sitting still in the light. Once again, this waffle just, he's got no recourse here. Finish him off, and now we're going to get the hell out of this side. Got damaged by the VK. He only did track damage, thankfully. And I am up out of there. Here, of course, I'm cackling and laughing because that's just ridiculous. Just drive on their side and put a couple shots into a Tier 9, kill them, and roll up out of there. But our team's got the advantage, so I'm thinking, alright, you know, this is going alright so far. So, there's still that M103 E75 back there in the corner. Can't really do much. One hit from either of those is going to put me back in the garage. There's an IS-8 it looks like back there or something. Screen's kind of small and blurry while I'm trying to do my commentary. There's still an E-50 up on that hill, and that E-50 is just, you know, I want to shoot them, but I mean, honestly, it's Russian, so accuracy, not really in the vocabulary. The bump, of course, when I went over to take that waffle, it come over the hill, and he's taking a hit, so now he's got to play conservative also. I know he's not a big fan of lights, but I wasn't either. For a long time, I wasn't a fan of lights. Then I started playing them, and I started actually scouting in them. And you know, I started with the Leopard. I loved the machine gun on the Leopard. I thought it was great being able to drive up and catch a tier 6 or tier 7 heavy from behind and just absolutely demolish most of their health with a good volley of that gun. But I was never really the scout. I didn't carry binoculars and a camo net. I carried, you know, all offensive minded stuff, with gun land drive and gun rammer, and I finally gave in and started actually scouting, being patient. So now this guy rushes the hill, he hits me, I'm thinking, well, time to get the hell behind him. General rule with lights, if someone's rushing you, get on the opposite side of their tank from their gun. So I just go take a quick cruise, let my teammates finish them off, and we'll come back over here. We're down to 4, we've got the IS-8 back there, we've got the M103 back there, they're already still floating around, and then there is still a Type 61, I believe, floating out there. But we'll get to him in a minute. So here, I bounce, nothing, bounce. As you see, 112 penetration, not doing a lot for you at that range. So I figured 2 people left. We'll go ahead and get out here. We're down to the last one. Now, at this point I was thinking, oh, is this that E50 that's up there? But I see him get a kill and it's the Type 61. Alright, well that's a good deal easier for me to deal with.
Let's find another target.
So I see this guy and I'm thinking, shit, I hope he's not going to try and suicide off the hill or something. I've had a couple games where people have done that. So I'm heading right for him. First shot lands, I'm giving him the old swerve treatment. Second shot lands. Come at me, bro, what are you doing in your tier 9 medium? Oh, he can't handle it. Third shot finishes him off, and there's a victory. So that's 2 tier 9s killed, for those of you keeping track. In my nice little MT-25, I get a spotter, a fire for effect. I think I get Mastery Badge 1. And a bunch of other random ribbons. 39 grand in silver, 2,133 XP with no ops completed. We end up with 1,700 some spotter damage, 1,114 actual damage with 2 kills. 30 shots fired, 20 some hits, and 14 penetrations. Not a lot of damage when you shoot, but it can be pretty dangerous, as we see here. So, you know, that's one way to play the MT-25. I've had a couple of real good games lately in lights. Looking to get a couple more up here. If you guys liked it, go ahead and let me know what you liked. If you think I can improve, tell me where I need to improve. And if you haven't thought about getting an MT-25, maybe you'll think about it now.